Here we are. About $5,000 with fees. Tons of Funko. I couldn't really see over here in the picture. Tons of Funko stuff. What really got me interested was all the Warhammer. You have a bunch of vinyl records. Let's see. I mean, I know the Funkos don't bring much money nowadays. And I know I spent a lot on this. Let's dig in. You just saw that clip of me pointing out all the Funko and Warhammer that I saw when I went in there. Currently on the way back now to go through the rest of the unit. I cleaned out the Funko already, cleaned out the Warhammer. Believe it or not, I already sold some of the Warhammer pretty quick. Right now I'm looks like about $1,000 into this unit of what I could see in value so far. Again, this is the first YouTube video. Am I going to do more after this? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see what's left in there. You know, from what I could tell, this guy was a collector, probably a reseller. You know, I did something interesting with this. For the first time, I said, hey, let's see if AI can do something better than we can do, right? I've been a storage unit buyer for over 20 years. Was on Storage Wars New York for 3 seasons. So what I did is I uploaded all the photos from Storage Treasures onto ChatGPT. But I asked it, I said, hey, listen, what do you see here as far as value, and what do you recommend as far as the max price you're willing to pay? You know, it did its calculations, it popped out a thing, a response, and it said it would personally feel comfortable paying anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000. And it, from what it could see in the photos, said I can realistically see probably anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 in returned money. So I said, okay. So first time in my life, you know, I went from being at live auctions almost daily to now doing everything online. Which, listen, it has its ups and downs on both of those. To me, I personally love live auctions. You get them for way cheaper. You actually get to see everything that's there. But we're going to see. Is ChatGPT correct on this? Or did it cost me well over $5,000 now? Stay tuned. We'll see. All right, we're back. $5,000 unit. As you see, I cleared out all the Funko. Got that out of here. Nothing too crazy about it. There's probably around 800 to 1,000. Some of them are vaulted. There was some collectibles in here. Found a ton of DVDs. Found some systems. The problem is, as I started going through this, I realized this guy was a reseller as well. So if you look over here, he had a bunch of boxes labeled closed to list and stuff like that, which that part's not looking too good. I'm going to set up this table and start going through it. The one thing I don't like, what I see already, are these type of sneakers. You know, being from New York, you got to watch for a lot of counterfeit stuff. Unfortunately, these are just, what are these? Peak, never even heard of them. Fake Jordans. Trash shoe rack. It's a pair of Vans. Only one of them. I'm sure the other one's in here. I'm not going to waste everybody's time going through all these clothes. But I'm going to make a pile of what's garbage and what's decent to keep. Kappa, never heard of it. Again, I'm not the biggest clothes guy. That's for sure. It's a Nike windbreaker. I'm gonna go for there. The lighting's not too great in here. Richie. Size small. No. Want to get all these clothes out of here so I could get to these vinyls and see what we're working with here. Unfortunately, the first vinyl I took was a lot of house music, which some vinyls could have some money to them, but when it comes to that, it's definitely not the best. These actually all look like brand new. I don't know what they're considered. American Apparel. I'll take a look at those. What do we got here? What is this? This is more of your just generic artwork. Nothing too crazy at all. I have a feeling we're going to be in the hole quite a bit here when we're done with this one. Courage. I also want to get to that metal case there. The other metal case I found in here was actually a production 7-channel mixer. Well, with the case goes for around $300. Believe it or not, the Warhammer, if you guys remember, that was here, was complete. I sold that this morning for $350 quick. A couple of watches I found in here were pretty good too. Vintage Casio. That one sold for $150. A bunch of, what are they called, London Boy watches, which I've never heard of until this unit, and they're actually pretty expensive as well. So we're getting some money back, but is it going to be $5,000 worth? I don't think so. But like I said, if you don't swing the bat, you can't hit the ball. Sometimes you got to swing. Well, you always got to swing. This is more of just cheap Christmas stuff. More DVDs. This sums it up. This is what we're looking at when it comes to this unit so far for $6,000 or $5,000. Sorry, it's a little over $5,000 at this point because I did. Oh, what's this? The Wall Street Bull, and his leg's broken. Well, that's all of nothing. What do we got here? More broken. Yep, garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. I don't even know where to begin, honestly. I know I got to get to those tubs today. I want to get in there, go through there. I don't like, as you can see, kitchen stuff to post clothes, those tubs in the back. There's a portable washing machine back there, or like a mini washing machine for an apartment building, which again, does not bring much value. Ton of speakers. Tons of speakers. Anything good? No. Nope. Generic sound system. Now here, what sucks is being by yourself doing this. Look at all these vinyl records. And they are extremely heavy. Like I said, I rented this unit for a month because my goal, while I'm already so far into this, I might as well rent this for a month, list all these records. I'm probably going to do them at one shot, have somebody come buy the entire collection, because if any of you know, trying to list individual vinyls is super tedious, right? I mean, yeah, maybe I'll skim through them and see if there's anything that's really sticks out, but I'm not going to waste my time listing hundreds of records for $10, $20, $30 a piece, and then you have a ton of follow-up questions, right? I need more pictures of it. Is there any scuffs, any scrapes, that sort of thing. But this tub right here, Jesus, that thing is heavy. $10 tennis racket. Like, look, let's just take a look at these. Funk Planet Productions. See, what you want to look for are a lot of these white vinyl covers, because a lot of these are samples that weren't for sale. Soul remix. I mean, if this was all heavy metal, we'd be talking about a ton of money. But unfortunately, yeah, sweet. I don't even know who these people are. Vocals. So, like, a lot of these are just either vocals or instrumentals, which, yes, DJs do love that. 65 remixes. See, originally was $9. I just wanted to just go through these a little bit here, see if there's anything other than what I'm looking for. Nope. It's all pretty much the same. Aquafish, Ricky Nelson, Mr. White, Disco Singles. Not looking good. Not looking good. This, though, on the other hand, so this Odyssey is who makes these cases for DJ and musicians. Now, could this be a DJ table? Possible. Let's see what we can do here. Let's take a look. Odyssey gear. Let me see if I could take a little Google image and see if it can give me what we're looking at. And of course, I got no service in here, right? Let's add insult to injury. Nope. No, sir. No, sir. Let's get these clothes cleaned up. Some dirty underwear on the floor. You gotta love that, right? What's this? Anything good? Nope. Obviously, you want to look for vintage tees. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No, no, no. And obviously being here on a Sunday sucks because there is no carts available. Imagine. Imagine that. All right, we're going to start. I don't know where we're going to start. We're going to start here. We're going to pull down some of these vinyls. Take a look. I also don't plan on taking much stuff today, so I don't want to make a huge mess here. See, a lot of these are just this? Like I said, a lot of house music. Not good. And here we go with the lights. You gotta be kidding me. I love the fact how these things are set on, like, I don't know what they must be, 3-minute timers. Then I gotta walk all the way down here to that thing up top. And I'll be doing that about 100 more times today. I'm not going to sit here and go through all these vinyls right this second. Let me go through this and see what's in this toolbox. Anything good? Nope, wires. Which again, those are not cheap either. Those are all for music. I do want to uncover this case that I want to uncover. We are to the case. Let's see what's in this case. Giant speakers, guys. Massive speakers over there that I'm not looking forward to. Because, again, yes, they have value. But look at the size of them. Let's see what's in this crate. Jeez. I mean, these Odyssey crates alone are worth a good amount of money. Okay. What do we got here? What do we got here? I don't know what we have.
It's still an impersonata. We're going to throw it in, but it's a freebie.
I don't know what we have. Let's see if we can take a look. Let's ask ChatGPT what they say. Man, that thing is heavy. No service, right? What I'm going to do is take a bunch of pictures. I'm going to close it back up. Bitch. Case alone is probably $400 to $500 just for the case. I don't know what's exactly inside of it yet. We'll find out. Let's get this closed. Nothing of interest to me. I'm not a clothes. I don't sell clothes. Oh, what do we got in here? There's going to be shoes, isn't it? Yep. They look pretty brand new. Don't know what the brand, but put those aside. We'll check those out. Look at the size of these speakers. take a look. That thing will fall on my head if I try to move this, which I'm not going to do. What is that? GMI 1500 subwoofer, 1200 watts. Let's see if we can get in there and take a look at that. There's two of them. Price on the screen for what I think I could get for them. Again. Oh, Jesus, Lord. What did I get myself involved in? Sometimes you got to think about that, you know. Everybody sees these videos on YouTube. Oh, I want to go buy this. I want to be rich. I want to do this. You don't understand what it takes to do this. Okay, not only do you have to have a network of people that you could sell your items to, but you need the manpower, right? It's not easy. It's not easy. What I really came here to do today was kind of just go through these clothes, bag up what I'm going to donate. I mean, these are all brand new shirts, but again, I'm going to slide that thing back in here and stack these records up. And I'm going to call my music guy and say, hey, listen, I got, I don't know, 300 vinyls that have to go, and we'll take it from there. Like I said, this video is all over the place. I don't know if I'm going to end up posting it or not. I did a little experiment with this unit. So I was on Storage Treasures. I looked it up, right? There was a lot of collectibles in the photos. A lot of Funko Pops. Again, I know Funko Pops don't bring the money they used to. I said, you know what? I'm going to see if AI can do what I can do. So what I did is I uploaded all the photos into Chat GPT, told it, and I asked it, I said, hey, what do you think a reasonable price I should spend on this unit would be? You know, it computed, it did its thing, broke down all the photos. It told me, wow, looks like you have a really good unit. I would estimate bringing anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 in returned money. And ChatGPT said it would feel comfortable spending anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 on the storage unit. Okay. So going with the AI, which is taking over the world as we all know it, I got a little crazy and said, you know what? I'm going to ride this one. You know, I always say, if you don't swing the bat, you can't hit the ball. So what did I do? I took it up to $4,100 and change. Now add sales tax, add buyer's premium. I actually rented the unit for over a month because with all those vinyl records, I can't unload those at one time. I don't have any place to store them, and they're heavy as hell. So realistically, I'm in this for probably so far around $5,500. Now, I've already sold some stuff, sold the Warhammer, sold a lot of that stuff, sold a few watches. I've probably made back around $1,000 so far, $1,200, let's say. But let me tell you something. You guys just saw a fraction of what I went through. I cut the camera because I want to keep this channel as clean as possible, and the profanities I was using, I would never be able to post it anyway. Again, the guy was a reseller, had a lot of clothes. There was some good vintage clothes I found. I'm not a vintage clothes guy. I have a person who will get rid of it for me. So maybe another $500 out of that. And then, you know, all the DJ equipment. That stuff is somewhat older. I would estimate probably another $1,500 in equipment. I'm gonna put a low ball on the vinyls and say maybe $500 to $700 as a lot. I'm just gonna sell them unsearched. So we're looking at probably, if I'm lucky, recouping about $3,500. out of the about 5,500 I spent. So, experiment done. Bottom line, AI cannot do what we do. Keep buying. You got to shake it off. You got to move on. And that's what this business is about. Don't believe everything you see, especially on TV. I was there, remember that. Don't believe everything you see on TV. You know, I'll do the normal, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe. Who knows? This might be the only video I ever put out. We'll see. Till next time, or maybe not. Peace.